For more on this, let's bring in Adam Johnson, a.k.a. the Jan 6 podium guy and former J6 prisoner and current congressional candidate, Derek Evans. Derek, I'll go to you first on this one. You're now running for Congress to actually work within the walls that they accused you of being so violently in. Turns out it wasn't that violent.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, they lied about everything, as we all know. And look, I think it's important to remember I spent time in prison because, in my opinion, and I believe it's getting more and more clear every day, the Democrats stole the 2020 election, not only from President Trump, but also from the American people. And, look what Joe Biden has done to the country in the last 3 years. He's run the country into the ditch.
The problem is they used all this stuff to go after him, and with all this January 6th, and they threw you in jail, and you didn't even do anything wrong.
Absolutely. I walked through an open set of doors, thanked a police officer, gave him a friendly fist bump, told him God bless him, thanked him for his service, and walked out the same set of doors I entered. And, that's what we're dealing with this corrupt, weaponized government right now. And look, as someone who's experienced that corruption and the weaponized government to the fullest extent, there's only one person I trust to fix this and save our country, and that's President Donald J. Trump.
Yeah, well, Adam, I mean, look, you were the one guy that, okay, you probably could go back and not do the same thing again. You probably wouldn't steal the lectern or the podium. However, no intent ever to harm anybody or anything like that, was it?
Absolutely not. And look, they looked for charges. This is the way the DOJ works, the AUSA works. They looked at me for a year and a half trying to find something on me, something I did. There's nothing there. The most they could charge me with was glorified trespassing. And I went to federal prison for that. And we're watching these videos now. And, to quote Hillary Clinton, all of these videos being released, what difference at this point does it make? Matthew Perna is dead. He committed suicide over these charges that were brought against him. What difference does it make for him? What difference does it make for everyone who's already served their sentences like me, like Derek? We've already gone through all of this. Lives have been ruined. Families have been broken. I'm glad that after 3 years that we have that Mike Johnson came out and released these, but you can't give back what has been taken from all of these people, from me, from Derek, and from Matthew and his family.
Well, Derek, what would you like to see that comes out of all this?
Well, first of all, I think the January 6th sham committee members need to be held accountable for suppressing the truth around January 6th and creating this false narrative that has ruined so many lives. So I think that would be a first step in the right direction. I think a true, actual, January 6th. Look, getting these tapes released has been huge. So many people, we try to tell everyone, the truth, and we're suppressed. And so we're thankful to have the truth out there. But the biggest message to the American people is I want you to know that they tried to use myself and Adam and so many others as an example to put fear into the American people, into accepting the tyranny that they're rolling out. And, I get up every day and I want people to know that I'm just an average guy who took one on the chin from the most powerful, corrupt government in the history of the world. I got up, I dusted my britches off. I'm still standing. I'm still fighting to save America. And if I can do that, then so can you.
I like it. But Adam, on the same day, obviously, Capitol Police, there were a lot of guys. There was a lot of positive interactions everywhere. But apparently 2/3 of them were working from home on that day.
You had issued an all-hands-on-deck for officers to be present and on duty on January 6th. Is that correct?
That is correct, sir.
Do you know, was that order put in place with the Intelligence Division?
The Intelligence Division actually, it's funny you say that. The Intelligence Division had 2/3 of their personnel working from home that day, so no, it was not put in place, and only had one intelligence analyst assigned to monitor the January 6th events.
Wow. That's a big deal, huh, Adam?
Yeah, that's absolutely crazy. I know the night before we saw National Guard posted everywhere on every street corner, and when I got to the Capitol, I just assumed that they would be there. And when we got there, nothing was happening. There was a moment where a concussion grenade came out, landed at our feet, exploded, pushing a bunch of people into the cops and a bunch of people away from the cops. That ensued into some violence, never supported that. But the cops inside the building that were there, no one asked us to leave. They were very helpful. I got lost at one point, asked for directions, how to leave the building, and the cop obliged and told me, have a great day. I told him to stay safe, and I went my way.
Well, I got about 10 seconds left. Do you think, if you were a betting man, do you think the percussion grenades and the tear gas and the smoke or whatever they were shooting caused the pandemonium, or did the pandemonium warrant them doing that?
It absolutely started it. When I got there, nothing was happening. People were standing around, cops were standing, the protesters were standing. That grenade came out and pushed people forward.
Wow. So maybe more harm than good the cops did, unfortunately. Adam Johnson, Derek Evans, appreciate you joining us today.
Thank you.